Welcome to Moving to Portugal Daily, episode 178. I'm Mateos Costa. Today, we dive into turning short-term stays into SEF-Ready long-term leases, a 3-step landlord and documentation blueprint with practical steps to help you relocate smarter and live better in Portugal.
Imagine you sit in front of the SEF officer, calm but hopeful, and you hand over a folder of Airbnb receipts and chat screenshots. The officer looks at you and says, "We need stable, verifiable housing evidence." Your stomach drops. Those short-term receipts don't show a long-term tenancy. You feel your application stalling, and that stress could have been prevented with a simple, legal approach.
Promise. In the next 9 minutes, I'll give you a 3-step blueprint you can implement this week. 1. Secure a written lease or landlord statement using a negotiation script I'll provide. 2. Build a traceable payment and utility trail that SEF trusts. And 3. Collect landlord and community references that add credibility. Plus, a 72-hour checklist and a communication and appearance checklist to increase cooperation. This is legal, practical, and designed for nomads who need durable proof.
Quick legal context. SEF typically accepts a signed lease agreement, rental receipts stamped or signed by the landlord, utility bills in the tenant's name, and landlord letters that state the tenancy terms and duration. Red flags for SEF include inconsistent addresses, only short-term platform receipts with no landlord signature, cash-only payment channels with no trace, and informal verbal agreements without witnesses or documentation. Think in terms of verifiability. Can a third party confirm what you claim? If the answer is no, it's not strong evidence. Step 1. Secure a written lease or landlord statement. The goal, convert your short-term arrangement into a document a landlord will sign. Start the conversation with a clear, respectful message. "I've enjoyed staying here and plan to extend. For my residency paperwork, I need a simple signed statement or a short-term lease. I can pay via bank transfer and provide a template to make it easy for you." Offer the convenience, a ready-made template, and propose traceable payment. Use this short negotiation script in person. Introduce yourself, show a printed template, explain why you need it, and offer to pay the landlord's preferred taxes or fees if they request it. Appearance and communication matter here. Dress neat, show printed ID, and speak calmly. First impressions build trust. Landlords are more likely to sign when they perceive you as reliable. What to request in the document: a simple lease or landlord statement with full names, property address, start and expected end date, monthly rent amount, payment method, and a line confirming the landlord's consent for you to use this document for residency purposes. Keep the language simple, avoid legal jargon, and offer to sign in front of a witness or bring a local translator if needed. If the landlord hesitates to sign a lease, a signed and dated landlord statement on headed paper, plus a photocopy of the landlord's ID and a witness signature can work, as long as payments are traceable and consistent. Step 2. Create a traceable payment and utility trail. SEF wants verifiable, consistent financial flows tied to the property. Avoid cash when possible. Use bank transfers, SEPA transfers, or platform payouts that route to your bank with clear descriptions referencing the property address or landlord name. If you're moving from short-term platforms like Airbnb, request an invoice from the host for monthly stays and ask them to accept monthly bank transfers instead of platform-only payments. If the host is a private landlord, propose an official-looking rental receipt every month. You can offer a simple template and ask them to stamp or sign it. Add utilities to the trail. When possible, switch a utility bill to your name or get a letter from the utility company confirming you are the billed occupant at that address. If switching utilities isn't practical immediately, collect consistent receipts or subscription confirmations, internet, mobile, or local cable, tied to the address. Use the same beneficiary name in bank transfers each month and keep PDFs and printed copies. Store documents in a secure folder and consider notarized or witnessed copies for added weight. Step 3. Landlord and community references. A signed landlord reference is powerful. It should state the dates you lived in the property, rent amount, payment regularity, and the landlord's willingness to confirm this information to authorities. But don't stop there. Collect local references, a note from a building administrator, a neighbor who can confirm you've lived there, or a local association or volunteer coordinator if you've joined community activities. Small confirmations from third parties increase credibility because they make your tenancy harder to dispute. Offer a short template to make it easy for them to sign.
Common mistake, and a real Nomad example. I worked with a client who believed platform receipts plus a few chat messages were enough. SEF flagged the file for insufficient proof because payments were through an anonymous platform and addresses didn't match across documents. The pivot? We secured a landlord statement, converted payments to SEPA transfers with monthly descriptions, and gathered a building administrator note. On resubmission, SEF accepted the file. The small pivot was, replace anonymous platform evidence with direct, traceable, signed documentation.
72-hour action checklist. What to do now? First 24 hours. Prepare a simple lease template and landlord statement template. Print them and bring them to your next meeting. Second 24 hours. Request a switch to monthly bank transfers or an invoice for your current short-term stay. Ask the landlord for a signed statement and offer the payment trail. Third 24 hours. Gather at least one community reference, a building admin, neighbor, or local association note, and collect copies of any utilities or subscription receipts tied to the address. Grooming and communication checklist. Dress neatly for meetings. Bring a printed ID and the template. Speak clearly about your residency needs and offer convenience, stamped receipts, bank transfers, and a witness signature. Daily payment habit. Set a recurring calendar reminder to make transfers on the same date each month to build a consistent trail quickly.
Quick additional tips. Always redact sensitive bank details when sharing documents externally. Use secure file sharing for copies, and consider a local solicitor review for high-value or complicated situations. If a landlord refuses to sign anything, offer a small incentive, like covering a formalized receipt printing fee, or suggesting you'll arrange payments through a recognized payment method that protects both parties. These practical gestures increase cooperation without compromising legality. Recap. Convert short-term stays into verifiable evidence by following this 3-step blueprint. Secure a written lease or landlord statement, create a traceable payment and utility trail, and collect landlord and community references. Start the 72-hour checklist today. Templates, bank transfers, and at least one independent confirmation. Small, consistent actions now will prevent a major stress moment later. If you want templates, negotiation scripts, and a one-on-one document review to make your file SEF-Ready, I've created a focused module in Nomad Life Success that includes downloadable lease and landlord statement templates, landlord and neighbor reference templates, bank transfer wording examples, and a mock submission checklist. Sign up to that module and you'll get step-by-step guidance, plus optional personal feedback on the documents you prepare. Portugal isn't just a destination. It's your optimized new beginning.
That's your daily Portugal blueprint. Start applying one thing this week. Portugal rewards preparation. Small daily habits create big lifestyle wins. Build the foundation before you arrive. I'm Mateos Costa. I'll see you tomorrow with another practical step to relocate smarter and live better in Portugal.